So today we're going to go over some coding that I had just turned in as a final project for my semester. I am new to coding. This is the only semester I've actually worked with a specific programming language. Hopefully you can get something from it. All right, here we go. So as you can see here, this is REPL. It's very beginner friendly. I have moved on to Visual Studios and I'm learning it, and it's a lot better. But as far as beginner's sake, this is where I recommend that you start. The project that I had to do this semester was to come up with a question and find results from scraping the internet or just finding information and be able to pull it into Python to create a visual. So that's what I'll be showing you today in repl.it. Uh, but first I want to show you where I was able to gather all the information. I created a CSV file in Excel. So I was able to go through this website that I was able to find and get everything that I needed, which was awesome for me. So I went in here and I made a column for the sitting president's party, term start year, term end year, average price per gallon. And then I went ahead and adjusted the price for inflation. So what the average price per gallon would be in today's money. So when you do this, you will need to be sure to save it as a CSV file. Otherwise, it won't be able to get pulled into the pipeline. So now I'm just going to show you how to pull the CSV file into Python or into Repl to get it to work. Go to your icon up here, go to upload file, and there it is. Just click on it, open file, and it opens right up right there. You can click on it and see the information that you need to see, and we'll show you how it all gets sorted out here just shortly. All right, so now we've got everything worked out on my end. All right, we're going to start importing. So we're going to import pandas as RPD. This is going to help us read our CSV file. We're going to import matplotlib.pyplot as our PLT. This is going to help us with our graphing. And we're going to import Seaborns as our SNS, because this and matplot will help us get our graph together. So we're going to make a variable that is going to have our CSV file in it. I like to use double quotes. I mistyped that. Okay, so we're going to have to put in our separator as well. And our separator is going to be a comma. This is so when it prints the information that's in the CSV file, it is actually separated, not all jumbled together. So you can see what I'm talking about, I'm going to go ahead and print the DF. Okay, so now it's finally going to give us our output. Everything looks nice and neat. You can take this and scoot it over, scoot it back. It doesn't really change anything, but you get the understanding of it. Okay, so now we're going to start building our visual. So first is to put in our figure size. So we're going to start with big. We'll start off with 10 by 8. Give us something to look at. You see the PLT is calling on our matplotlib. Okay, so rev is another variable that I came up with. This cars, gas, rev, it just kind of matched, it seemed like. So we're going to call on our seaborn to help us create a bar plot. So we're going to make an X line here. We're going to call on our variable df, put in our square brackets. Next, we're going to make our Y bracket and call on df again. Right now, we're just going to do a PLT show. You can see what we got going on. All right, so it's fixing to give us our graph. So issue that we have right now is you can't make out any of the president's names, but you can see the average price of gas throughout the years. So we'll go in here and we'll add uh, something to get this cleaned up a little bit, make it look better. Before we can get started with our fix to fix the president's names, we're going to need to comment out this PLT show real quick so it doesn't give us another graph before it's actually able to put in the fix that we're going to put. So we're going to call on my rev variable again. And this is something that I found online that worked really well for me. Again, you have to call on the sitting presidents because that is our X variable. So that's where our names are. So we're going to put it on a rotation of 90. So it will rotate those names 90 degrees. So we'll do another PLT show and see what happens. So as you can see, It turned our president's name sideways, so it's a heck of a lot easier to read, and you can tell what president has which gas price. There are various ways that you can go about this and create several different graphs and bar plots and scatter plots and 3D graphs. You just have to get online and investigate and look around and see what you can find. Now that we got this, we're going to jump over to Visual Studios and I'm going to show you the same coding and show you what it looks like with the graph. So this is my Visual Studio setup. As you can see, we got the same coding that we had over there in repl, and it looks quite a bit different. It's kind of intimidating at first, but once you get in here, get to playing with it, watching some videos online, and trial and error, you will figure it out. So we'll go ahead and run this, and then I'll show you something else. It does take a minute. As you can see down here, it brought up our presidents, everything just like the repl did. We're going to open up our Jupyter notebook here, which is something that you'll download, and you have a lot better looking graph here. More visual, you can see everything, you can blow it up, make it different sizes, whatever you want to do. Of course, you can save it, print it, whatever you need to do at this time. We'll go ahead and I'll add a little bit to my code so you can see the gas prices uh, with inflation added into it. So I'll give you another visual. Okay, so I added the code here to make a second graph, and pretty much looks the same way, except I got seating presidents, and then I called them my column for adjusted for inflation, put it on the same rotation, and I had to do a second PLT show so it will produce two graphs. We'll go ahead and run this. So this is the figure two. This is our adjusted for inflation. So in today's money, this is what the gas prices are for every sitting president. And it's kind of interesting how Woodrow Wilson back in 1913 had extremely high gas prices compared to today. We'll put these graphs side by side, and you can really see a big difference there. All right, so that's all I got. Thank you for tuning in.